Shielding your kids from doing hard things, shielding them from failure, is a recipe for disaster. You have to let your kids do hard things. And I'm going to share with you the 6 reasons why I believe every parent has to have their kid do hard things. Over the past year, more than ever, I've had my 2 kids, Nathan, 10-year-old boy, Lauren, 8-year-old girl, just do hard things around the house. Things that are boring, things that take a long time, manual labor, things that are physically difficult. It's the summer, and yes, my kids go to the pool. Yes, we've gone on vacation. Me and Nathan just went on an amazing Vegas trip. So we have fun, and I let them have fun. But I also make sure that they understand the value of hard work, consistently being able to be focused over long periods of time, helping out the family, contributing, and feeling the self-satisfaction of doing a really good job. I worked some miserable jobs as a teenager. I remember landscaping, pushing wheelbarrows of manure, doing call centers, and just some boring jobs. But I also remember the self-satisfaction and fulfillment I got after seeing these jobs complete. So that brings me to number 1. Whenever your kids do hard physical jobs that test them and challenge them, they get self-satisfaction and pride out of it. We've had multiple jobs where Nathan and Lauren have had to do things such as just carry rocks from one pile to another pile on the other side of the yard. And guess what? I didn't feel like doing it, but it had to get done. So I'd pay them a couple dollars, and they would have a couple days to do this. Nathan likes to save up his money for shoes. Lauren likes books. So they would take a couple days to do this, and they would want to quit multiple times throughout it. We wouldn't let them quit. Once they got done, after they shed the tears, after they worked really hard, they couldn't wait to show us the job they did. And they kept on bragging to my wife, kept on bragging to me, wanted us to take pictures and videos of them. They couldn't wait to tell everyone they knew about this job that they did because they were so happy to show us. Doing these hard jobs is difficult, but it brings with it pride and fulfillment that the kids carry with them forever. My kids both do CrossFit, they both do jiu-jitsu. Nathan especially is very competitive in jiu-jitsu, just did a tournament where he failed massively and then succeeded massively. The failure was the most important lesson for him, even above the success. Through the failure, he was able to learn that failure is necessary. You need to fail if you want to ever succeed. Through the failure, you will learn lessons so that you can succeed more. The people that are ultimately successful in life are the ones who don't get taken out by failure. And by doing hard things, these kids get to experience failure. They have the opportunity to experience failure. And if we're constantly robbing them of the lessons failure gives them, then we are stealing these massive lessons that they need forever. The third thing is just working hard. There is value in being able to do boring, consistent work over a long period of time that is just hard. Not only do you get physically and mentally stronger, but your willpower grows. You become someone who can do hard things over and over again and doesn't give up. So the muscle that counts, the strength that matters the most isn't physical. It's the ability to emotionally and mentally push yourself and do hard things. There's value purely in being able to do hard work. Kids that can do hard work will turn into adults who can do hard work, that don't give up, that don't get crippled by resistance and obstacles, adults that can push through adversity. So it's important for me, and it's my responsibility as their father to teach that to them now. If you have multiple kids like I do, then working together and communicating is a great lesson. Whenever you have hard projects, there's going to be fights, there's going to be arguments, there's going to be accusations of my sister's not working as hard as I am, Dad, can you come yell at her? All those things will happen. What we do is we say, nope, you guys figure it out, you talk to each other, this job will get done quicker and easier if you communicate. So they have to learn to work together. If they constantly fight and battle each other, the job will take longer, and they soon realize that. You don't need any other incentive than the job getting done quicker. So it has to be a hard, difficult job to force them to work together. Another invaluable lesson is to be bored. Kids have to be bored. If they can't handle being bored, then they're going to always need stimulation. They're always going to need buttons, dings, flashes in their face, motivation and inspiration to do things. Whenever a screen is constantly telling you what to think and do, you're not creating anything. You're not giving any energy. Everything is being given to you. It's like being paper instead of a pencil. I want my kids to be the pencil, to be writing their own story, to be living life, not only be watching other people live their lives. So these skills come through the ability to be bored, because through boredom comes creativity. Through boredom comes the ability to focus. If our kids can't live within their own minds, bodies, and spirits without needing something else, without needing some other type of stimulus, then that means they're always going to need some other type of stimulus to act. They're always going to need some type of motivation to act, some inspiration to act. I want them to be able to have the willpower and discipline to complete a job, even if it sucks, even if it's not fun, even if it's hard, even if it's painful, even if it's bored, because that's what it takes to be successful. Consistency over everything. There is value for our kids in the pure ability to exist while being bored. Lastly, above all, I want my kids to be resilient. That means that through doing hard jobs and chores, they will come against obstacles. They will face resilience. They will face fights. They will have tears. They will want to quit. And through these controlled situations, while they're living with me, while I can supervise them, they can develop strategies, and I can share with them and motivate them lessons that I've learned so that they can be resilient in life. Another unfun job I gave my kids was carrying one pile of bricks to another pile of bricks. We're getting our patio redone and everything needs moved out. I didn't feel like doing it. I said, what a great opportunity to have my kids do a job, learn some lessons, and I can get some other work done. While they were doing that, we had some stubbed toes, we had some injuries, we had I want to quit, we had some fights, but in the end, they got the job done and they couldn't wait to show us. They overcame resistance, they overcame obstacles, they overcame themselves, they developed resilience in a controlled setting that they will then be able to look back on and use these lessons for every situation in their life. Resilience in a small controlled setting can be amplified for any situation in life. And as a father, it's my job to give my kids these controlled situations where I can instill the wisdom while I still can. Besides hard manual labor, there's activities that instill these kind of lessons in our kids. Sports, football, soccer, my daughter does dancing, that's even hard. But for me, most importantly, it's been CrossFit and Jiu-Jitsu. Our kids love it so much. They're doing competitions, they're fighting. My daughter can get in a fight with a kid twice as big as her that's sitting on top of her trying to choke her out, and she's just on the ground giggling. No longer is she scared, she's resilient. She doesn't have that fear anymore. If she got in a real fight sometimes, she would do fine. Same thing with Nathan. Nathan could break the arm of a full-grown man. He can choke me out. He has gone through so many obstacles in his life with jiu-jitsu and learned so many amazing lessons about his own willpower, about failure, about coming back, that it is invaluable. I would never steal the failure and resistance from them to be a good father. A good father lets their kid experience failure because he knows that the lessons they'll learn in that process are invaluable. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Please comment and let me know what you do to instill these kind of lessons with your own children.